Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Not a banner weekend for your New Orleans Saints. After Aaron Glenn accepted the Jets job late last week, we found out on Saturday that Joe Brady was like, I'm good. Joe Brady decided he's not going to pursue the Saints head coach opening. Instead, he'll stay in Buffalo as the Buffalo offensive coordinator. You know, most guys that are coordinators have head coaching ambition. So the opportunity to go interview for a head coaching job would be pretty cool. If nothing else, go get that experience going through the interview process. Even if you don't get it, your name's on the radar and kind of in those circles. Even more so when you're talking about a guy that had been part of this organization. He'd been in that building with that GM, that front office. And he's like, I'm good. Didn't even interview. And then on Monday, Aaron Glenn was introduced by the Jets. And you can go watch the entire Aaron Glenn press conference, but from I don't really care about the Jets. From the Saints' perspective, this is the only thing you need to hear.
Players that's here now, put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. Listen, there are going to be some challenges, but with challenges becomes opportunity, gets opportunity. But here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit. Listen, I want this job. I interviewed for a number of them, but I wanted this job.
First of all, I love the energy. He's got Dan Campbell bite their kneecaps energy. The difference is Aaron Glenn was a first-round pick. Was a really good pro. And Dan Campbell played. Don't get me wrong. Dan Campbell played. He was a dog. But, I mean, Aaron Glenn was a first-round pick. It was good. Anyway, love the energy. But you heard him say, interviewed for a lot of them. I wanted this one. That's another guy who had been in your organization, both as a player and as an assistant coach, familiar with how things are going, and was like, deuces, I'd rather go to the Jets. They're a more dysfunctional organization historically in the NFL than the Jets. That's where he wanted to be instead of your place. Took that job before he even did an in-person interview. And what I keep hearing from a lot of people today, or really since Saturday with the Joe Brady news, man, it's bad optics. Bad optics for the Saints. Now, maybe we're just arguing semantics here, but y'all, it ain't optics. It's reality. Optics can be phrased as to say it looks worse than it is. It's a bad look. This ain't a bad look. This is a bad reality. We did this exercise, 2 months ago here? Where we looked at all of the open jobs and jobs we thought would be open and weighed the pros and cons. The Saints are a bad job. It's not optics. It's your reality. Look at the salary cap for next year. The New Orleans Saints currently $50.2 million over the cap. That's dead last in the NFL. The New Orleans Saints, $48.4 million in dead cap contracts for next year. That's the most in the NFL. Look at your most expensive players against the cap next year. Derek Carr, old. Cam Jordan, old. Taysom Hill, old, coming off an injury. Eric McCoy, good player, coming off an injury-plagued season. Demario Davis, love him, 36 years old. Ryan Ramczyk, $12 million, not playing anymore. Y'all, your roster is old. This ain't optics. You were the 28th Oldest roster in the NFL. Only the Steelers, Niners, Vikings, and Dolphins were older than you. You're old and expensive. Your quarterback is Derek Carr or Spencer Rattler or Jay Kaner. Let's assume it is Derek Carr. He's made the playoffs twice in 11 years. He's 77 and 92 as a starter. That's a 455 winning percentage. He is what he is. Like, you're not a desirable job. And oh, by the way, you got a gum-smacking GM who keeps driving the organization into the ground, and the owner doesn't seem to care. For whatever reason, she has this allegiance to him whereby he is Teflon. He is completely fail-proof. It don't matter how many times he crashes this car into the ditch, she's going to just let him keep getting behind the wheel. It's Mickey. Mick. Did you crash the car again? Oh, you totaled it this time? Wow. Well, you better not total the next one, Mick. We got our eye on you, you little knucklehead. Let's go get some ice cream. That's what it feels like with Gail Benson right now. What other general manager in the NFL could manage this gigantic steaming pile of crap and keep their job with absolutely no repercussions? It boggles the mind. But I've said, I'll continue to say, when you look to 2026, the Saints will be a better situation. Now, let me not be presumptive. Mickey could go screw the pooch on this entirely in this offseason. And he could go get a bunch more expensive contracts and restructure deals and put yourself in an even worse situation in 26, 27, and beyond. He could. Or they could look at this situation, realize how bad they are, push the reset button. Like when I was a kid, my brother was beating me in Contra or Tecmo Super Bowl. And I would, instead of taking my L, I'd just go hit the reset button. And then we'd fight. We'd end up like punching each other and spit on each other and chase each other around the yard because that's what boys do. At least that's what we did. And then my mom would yell at us, "Stop fighting, you are brothers. You got to get along." I still think the best option at this point is retain Darren Rizzi, tank. Then next year, when your cap's in a better situation and you have a top 5 draft pick where you can go draft your franchise quarterback, you can actually go hire someone who will want, a really good coach who will want your job. Because ain't none of the people you want your job. Because it ain't a good job right now. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.